Sarah Walton, founder and CEO of Better Way Moms here. Happy question day for you. It's a good question day for me. Even though it's raining, I'm not going to complain. You see how I didn't complain? So here's the thing. I am leaving in 1 week for Tuscany. I can't even stand it. I'm so excited. I could like explode right here on the screen, but I won't because that'd be kind of gross. But here's the thing. My other company, Better Way to Italy, we are running our first tour for women. There's going to be 10 women meeting us in beautiful Florence with my business partner and myself. We're so excited. And I got a really great question about it, which made me go, ow, and you're right, and oh gosh, we should address that. So this question came from Jane in Sandy, Utah, my hometown, and the question is, I have to read it because, you know. Sarah, you left corporate America to stay home and be with your kids more. So I want to understand how you can go away to Tuscany for 10 days. It's only 7, but that's okay. How you could go away to Tuscany for 10 days and leave your kids. How do you prepare them, and how do you get prepared for the trip? So awesome question, Jane. Thank you. And yes, I do realize there's a little bit of irony for some people, right? But the name of my company is Better Way Moms, which means I grant permission for every single woman to find her better way, and no one can tell us what that is but ourselves, right? So for me, it's much better for me to take a concentrated time where I'm making a difference in the lives of other women in beautiful Tuscany. And one of the reasons that I think it's so important that we're somewhere beautiful is that we don't always reward ourselves enough. So I really do think it's important. And I no longer only see my children in their pajamas. So for me, that's a really big deal. I get to be with them after school. I get to do their homework. I get to those 10 seconds when I pick them up from school, when I see them before they know I'm there. You know, I love those moments. And I get to see who they're with and what their attitude is and all those things. I never got to see those things before, and that to me is so important. And I just want to be careful here that it doesn't sound like I'm justifying. I'm not. It's just my better way, right? It doesn't mean I'm right. It just works better for me. So there's that piece of it, because I felt like that was a little bit under the question, so I wanted to address it. But the really fun part of the question is, how am I preparing my children, and how am I preparing myself, and P.S. my husband? Really big questions. I loved this. So for my kids, and I have to make sure they don't see this video before I leave, but for my kids, I am planning little tiny notes for every single day that I'm gone. Whether for my son loves quotes, so I'll do little quotes for him, and my daughter will get different messages from me, letting them know I'm thinking of them, that I miss them, and that I'm doing something important for me and for the other women and for our family, because when I get home, I'm going to be really happy to see them, and you know, happy mom, happy world. That's the way that goes. So that's a big piece of it. And beforehand, I'm really trying. Now, I'm not perfect at this, and I'll be the first to say it, but I'm really trying to take some time to just be with them. We've been playing a boatload of Payday. Yeah, that's right, Payday. We love us the Payday. We've been drawing together a lot. Emma and I have been doing some baking apps because I'm trying to cut down on the real baking because, yikes. So we can't actually eat it, but it's really all the fun stuff is there. So we've been doing a lot of that. And my daughter has said to me many times this week, I don't want you to go to Australia. And I have to remind her, I'm not going to Australia, I'm going to Italy, which is actually much closer. And that we'll be Skyping every day, and that Daddy can text me all day, and those kinds of things. And emotionally just reminding them that Mommy always comes back. And for myself, it's a lot of the same. I have to remind myself that what I'm doing is something I said I wanted to do, and that it's something that I said was important. And the other way I'm preparing myself emotionally is reminding myself that I'm setting this example not just for my daughter, right? That women give and give and give and give and give, and rarely do we take the time to take care of ourselves, which is why these tours were created, for women to really come together and take a few days to really explore what we want out of life, what we're doing well and what we're not doing so well, what we need to shed and get rid of, and what we can come back to our families and ultimately our communities with. So that's the example I'm setting for her. But for my son, it's also the example that it's appropriate for women to take a step back and take care of themselves. So this example isn't just for her, it's also for him. And I think instilling that in him, that it's okay for women to take a minute or a day or 5 to step back and truly take care of ourselves. And not only is it okay, it's really important to making sure we continue to run smoothly and that we're healthy, but also that we can take better care of our families. So, Dr. Jane, as I will so lovingly call you, I hope I answered your question. If not, write back and say you want more specifics and I'll give them to you. But I thought this was a great place for us to start this conversation. And I'd love to hear from other people about how you prepare your children when you have to be away, whether it's a family reunion, a high school reunion, or somebody passes away, or you just decide to take time for yourself. How do you prepare your children for being apart? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this question. If you like this video, you know my spiel. Please share it. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, mail, whatever. I'm here. Would love for you to share.